my name's Louise. So I'm going to take you through a little chair session with me. You can be using a dining room chair such as I am, or a office chair, or if you've got a fit ball such as this one, you may choose to use this. So we're going to start with some breathing and some activation. So you're going to position yourself comfortably in your chair or on your fit ball. Relax your shoulders, allow your head to float directly over your sternum. Take a nice soft breath in and imagine this sternum is now being lifted up and gently forwards. Your upper back should be nice and strong when you're seated tall, and I want you to seat off the back of the chair. Good. From this, take your attention to your ribs and place your hands on your rib cage. Take a nice soft breath in. As you inhale, we're going to let the ribs expand out to the sides and into your palms. And on the exhale, the ribs sink in and down. Good. Inhale. Inflate the lungs out to the sides. And exhale, ribs sink in and down. Hand comes to rest just below your belly button in that soft shelf of abdominals. Inhale, the ribs expand out to the side and not into your bottom palm, your belly. Try to keep your breath high in your lungs. Sink the ribs in and down. Inhale, out to the side of the lungs, and exhale, sink in and down. Now with your hands into that soft shelf of abdominals here, I'd like you to take a nice soft breath in into the lungs. As you inhale, think about lifting your pelvic floor. Now those are those muscles that help us with weeing, pooing and releasing gas. You want to squeeze the front and back passage muscles. Now it's a soft activation, a soft squeeze and lift. Good. With your fingers in your belly, you should be able to feel a little bit of tightness over that belt line. Good. Exhale, the ribs sink in and down. Inhale, lungs expand out to the side. Keep that lift or squeeze of that pelvic floor. And then on the exhale, the ribs sink in and down. And you're going to be flattening your abdominals, drawing your belly in as your two hip bones draw closer together. Good. Keep your focus here. Inhale and exhale. Now if you found that hard to find that activation, let it all go. Relax the tension off the shoulders. Inhale, float the sternum. Exhale, softly release. Hands back in that jelly, in those bowl of abdominals. Take your soft breath in, imagining you're lifting your pelvic floor and beginning to do the zipper on up on a pair of denim jeans. As you lift the front and back passage muscles of your pelvic floor, you're zippering up to your belly button. Now you need to flatten those abdominals to do the button up over the hip bones. So as you flatten those abdominals, you feel the two hip bones narrowing and you do the button up on the pair of jeans. On the exhale. Good, keep your focus here. Take a nice deep breath in, you keep that zipper down on up. And on the exhale, you sink the ribs in and down, you keep the abdominals flattening to allow the hip bones to narrow to keep the button done up. And you breathe and hold that connection on. Good. From this position, we're just going to release, allowing the abdominals to go soft once more. Now when we do any working through those abdominals, when we're in seated or standing, that's the connection that you need to come back to thinking about switching on. And I'll let you know when you need to switch on, starting with your inhale breath for pelvic floor, that's that lift and squeeze, zippering up, and the exhale, letting the air deflate through the lungs as you flatten those abdominals, drawing your belly inwards to do your button up. Now you're not moving through your back. You want to keep your back switched on by drawing the shoulder blades down and the sternum lifted. And that's how you stay switched on, staying lifted off the back of your chair. Now when you're relaxing, you can let it all go. Good, so let's begin with some mobility through that neck. Take a breath in, making sure you sit upright, drawing the shoulders down and float the sternum. Lifting through the pelvic floor. Exhale to flatten through those abdominals, making sure you do the button up on those skinny denim jeans. Good. Take a breath in. Drop the chin to the chest and look down, stretch open the back of the neck. Good. Inhale, float the chin directly over the sternum once more. Exhale, look on up, making sure you lift the chin and stretch the front of the neck. Inhale, float your chin over your sternum. Exhale, drop chin to chest. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, look up. Inhale to center. Exhale, look down. The shoulders are relaxed. 1 Inhale to center. Exhale, look up. Inhale to center. Good, let's look side to side. Exhale, turn your head towards the left. Good, feel the side of the neck stretch. Inhale to center. Exhale, turn to the right. Good, inhale to center. Staying upright. Making sure you turn the head from the neck. Inhaling to center. Shoulders are relaxed. Abdominals are staying switched on to support us sitting upright. Last one. Exhale to turn the head from the neck. Inhaling to center. Exhale to turn and inhale to center. Good, taking it side to side. Drop the ear towards the shoulder. And inhale to center. Exhale to drop the ear, making sure the shoulders are relaxed, you're upright. Inhaling to center. Gentle release side to side of the neck. Good. Lovely, keep breathing. Stay upright, stay off the back of the chair, use those abdominals. One more. Last one. Good. Now we're going to go for a little bit of a mobility. So we're going to drop our chin to our chest. We're going to roll along the collar line or the round neckline of your shirt, dropping the ear to the side of the shoulder, dropping the chin to the chest and rolling the other way. Inhale, drop and roll along that collar line. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good, being very gentle with the neck. Good, inhale and exhale, roll. Inhale where the ear is dropped towards the side and exhale, roll as you roll along the collar line. Good, last one. Roll along the collar line and then float the head upright once more. Place the hand on the side of the head here, just above the ear. Take a nice soft breath in, releasing the shoulder from the ear. Gently draw the ear towards the shoulder once more. So we're getting a little stretch. We're not pushing down through the top arm, we're just letting the weight of the arm just gently draw the ear towards the side of the shoulder. The opposite arm is going to stretch away from you. Lengthen and activate the arm. Flex your palm by pushing down through that bent wrist. And feel your stretch get a little bit bigger. Breathe in and out nice and deeply. Keep the abdominals lifted inside the front of the pelvis. Keep the back upright. Good. Last breath in and out. Let this arm go to jelly. Turn your eyes to look underneath your armpit now. Turn your hand to the back of your crown. Keep looking down underneath that armpit. Relax through the shoulders. Let the neck stretch. Again, the opposite arm is going to reach away. We activate and lengthen the arm. Flex the palm and push down. So we're really increasing the stretch of the back of the neck. Breathe in and out nice and deeply. Let the weight of that top arm and hand just rest on your skull. Gently drawing your eye line further into your armpit. A deep breath in and out here. Let that arm go to jelly. Bring your chin towards your chest. Release the hand from the top of the head and roll yourself upright. Let's take it to the other side. Sitting upright, remember we want the abdominals working. We want to float the sternum. Hand on the side of the skull just above the ear. Take a nice deep breath in, relaxing this shoulder. Drop the ear towards the shoulder blade. Good. Encouraging the stretch further, we're going to extend the opposite arm away. We're going to reach from armpit to fingertip. Flex the palm and push down through that bent wrist to increase that stretch. Good, a nice deep breath in and out here. Beautiful deep breath in and out. Keep the sternum floating, the shoulders relaxed. Good, let this arm go to jelly. We're going to turn our eye line to look under our armpit. Place the hand now on the back of the crown. Just let the weight of the arm release onto the top of that head and turn the eye line under the armpit and breathe. Same opposite arm is going to reach away, extended from armpit to fingertip. Flex at the palm and push down. Keep the eye line looking underneath that armpit to get a nice stretch to the back of the neck. Breathe in and out nice and deeply. Push down through that activated arm and flex palm. Good, last breath in and out here. Relax that arm. Roll the chin towards the chest. Release the hand from the top of the head and lift the chin upright. From this point we're going to do a little bit of pelvic mobility. So I'm going to shuffle onto the ball and show you from the side. Now if you have a ball like this one, you'll get a little bit more pelvic mobility than you will with the chair. You want to make make sure that you're resting on the ball, and you can notice that I'm slightly arched through my lumbar spine because the ball is slightly too large for me. So if you're buying a fit ball, you want to make sure you buy the right size for your height, and it will indicate on the box. Mine's a little bit too big for my 5'1" stature, so I'm going to struggle a little bit to keep myself in neutral. Now, neutral spine is a curve in the lower back, but the hip bones are not tilted forwards, and we don't feel like we're arching or stressing the lumbar spine. So if this is the case for you, you want to think about gently releasing the pelvis, drawing the tailbone that's between your butt cheeks down, and bringing the spine into rest into its natural lumbar spine curve. From this position, we're going to do a little bit of pelvic tilting. So we want to stay upright. We want to make sure we float the sternum and relax the shoulders. And we're going to switch on. So we take our breath in to lift the pelvic floor. And, on the exhale, we're flattening those abdominals from hip bone to hip bone. With your abdominals on, you're gently going to tilt your pelvis forwards and back. So take your breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis forwards. And you can see my lumbar spine arch is greater. And I can feel the lumbar spine pressure here. And my hips are forwards. Keeping those abdominals working, we're going to inhale, shift ourselves back to neutral. And then exhale, tilt the tailbone under, rounding through the lower back, releasing the tailbone into the ball or the seat of the chair. Inhale, come upright, making sure we're in neutral, a soft arch through the lumbar spine. Exhale, tilt forwards. We feel that this connection promotes a lot into the lumbar spine, and this is where we don't want to be. Inhale to center, and then exhale, tilt the pelvis under. Now you may feel like you're opening through your lower back. You might feel that your hip flexors are quite tight here in this position. Inhale to center. Staying upright and in neutral is where we want to be, so we're going to stay in this position here. Now if you do happen to have a fit ball and you're sitting on it now, I'd like you to sit upright and switch the T-zone on. And instead of going into the tilting, I'd like you to move your pelvis circularly on the ball. Now we are moving into a tilted back position. We are moving side to side and in that tilted forwards position, but we're utilising some pressure through the feet to make that mobility of the pelvis and the connection to the lumbar spine and the obliques at the front of the body. Once you've done a few circles one way, reverse it and try the other way. One way may feel stickier than the other, and that's usually to do with some movement patterns and some dominance. Also some tight fascia. Gentle rolling of the pelvis on your ball. Imagine you're circling, and your circle can get larger as the movement becomes freer, and you'll notice I start to use more and more of my upper body and my shoulders. Relax and come back to floating in neutral here. Now pressing down into the feet, reach the arms on up, clasping onto the fingers. Just gently release the shoulders from your ears and switch back on. See if you can now circle the upper body, keeping the pelvis gently fixed on the ball until it's encouraged to circle along with that thoracic back too. So here the movement is from my rib cage. I'm allowing the movement to begin in the upper spine, and then it slowly allows the pelvis to circle. Equally, I could do this with my hands on my thighs, but I find that you're able to find this movement a little bit greater when you're trying to circle through the thoracic spine first. So it looks a little bit funky, and once you've gone one way, make sure you go the other way, just to encourage a little bit of mobility through the back. The next exercise is called seated roll downs. So you'll notice that I've sat just slightly forwards of the chair. I'm making sure I'm not resting on that back pad here. I want to use my abdominals and my back strength to sit upright. So I'm switching on. I'm inhaling to lift the pelvic floor, zippering up to the belly button, and then exhaling to flatten those abdominals once more to do the button up. I want to make sure I float my sternum and relax my shoulders, resting my hands on my thighs. Now take your breath in, drop your chin to your chest so you open up the back of your neck. Then as you exhale, you're going to sink your ribs towards your hip bones, flattening these abdominals at the front of the pelvis. As you sink your head in front of your chest line, you're going to allow your arms to run down the front of your knees as you open around your upper back. Now you'll notice here how rounded forwards I am in reflection to how I was tall when I was seated. Take your breath in here, push through your heels, start to scoop out the bowl of abdominals and start to stack the vertebrae leading up from the base of the lumbar spine very slowly. So we're realigning ourselves tall, floating the sternum, lifting the chin over the chest, relaxing the shoulders. Take a breath in at the top, drop the chin to the chest. On an exhale, sink the ribs in towards the hips, flattening those abdominals as you run your hands down your thighs to your knees. Allow your upper back to round forwards as you drop your head in front of your chest line and look towards your belly button. Take a breath in here. Press through your heels. Using these abdominals, exhale, start to lift yourself up by scooping out that bowl of abdominals and lifting the vertebrae one at a time. Now you should feel yourself realign tall, floating the sternum, the chin, relaxing the shoulders. Let's do 3. Take a deep breath in, chin to chest. Exhale, sink and roll, ribs drop towards the hips, scoop those abdominals. Release the head in front of the chest line, run the hands down the knees. Good, take a breath in here. Exhale to scoop through those abdominals. Start to stack the vertebrae upright, lift, 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 and grow. Good. Now the further forwards on the front of the chair seat you are, the further forwards you can roll down. Keep rolling, dropping the chin to chest. Exhale, sinking the ribs towards the hips, flattening those abdominals. Now if I'm further forwards on the edge of my chair seat, I can roll a little bit further forwards here, rounding further down through the lumbar spine onto the top of the pelvis. Take a breath in, then exhale to scoop. And here I need a deeper lift through those abdominals to lift my spine up vertical, to stack the vertebrae tall, floating the sternum and the chin, releasing the shoulders. Our last one. Take a deep breath in, drop the chin to the chest. Exhale, sink the ribs towards the hips, scooping those abdominals. Sinking the head in front of the chest line, running the hands down the knees, and if needs, over the front of the shins. Good, take a breath in here. On the exhale, using these abdominals, we're going to scoop on in as we start to lift our vertebrae upright, one at a time, coming back to seated tall. Good. Float the sternum and the chin, relax the shoulders. Well done. Good, let's do some gentle stretching to open up the sides of the body. You can sit a little bit further back in your chair if you'd like, but I'd like to keep your upper back off the back of the chair, and I want you to use your abdominals and your back strength once more. So take a soft breath in, making sure you float the sternum and lift the pelvic floor, and on the exhale, switch back on, zipper and button into those skinny denim jeans. Now we're keeping the shoulders relaxed from the ears. We're going to go into lateral side and side flexion. So we're going to place the hands on the side of the chair. Keep those abdominals working, take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to run your hands down the side of the chair. It could be the front chair leg if you choose. And then inhale, bring yourself on upright. Ribs are back over hips, the abdominals are still on. We're going to exhale, slide ourselves down the side of the chair leg, opening up the side of the rib to the hip. Inhale, bring yourselves upright. Good. The more towards the side you make this motion, the more the obliques have to work. And we're going to use the inhale to slide ourselves back to the center. Exhale, reach on down. The opposite hand can reach on up and tickle the ribs, pushing the elbow up towards the ceiling. Inhale, coming back to center. Reach on down, push the elbow on up, tickle the ribs, exhale. Good, inhale to center. Good, let's keep it going. You can even tickle the ribs, push the elbow on up, exhale, reach the arm on up as you reach on down through this long arm. Good, inhale to center. Reach on down, exhale, tickle the ribs, push the elbow on up, reach on up through that long extended arm. Inhale, come back to center. Let's do one more each side. Tickle, exhale, reach. Good, inhale to center. Keep those abdominals on, last one. Reach on down, elbow on up, reach, exhale. Nice strong stretch. Inhale, come back to center. Good. Let's do a little bit of spine twist now. So a rotation. Now a rotation is coming underneath the waistline between the ribs and the hips. Staying upright off the back of the chair. Use those abdominals. Switch back on. Inhale, lift pelvic floor. Exhale, focus on flattening those abdominals between the hip bones to do the button up. The arms are going to go out wide. Palms are facing inwards. Shoulders and elbows are soft. Keeping your hips placed on your chair, we're going to exhale to rotate round. Now our eyes are moving with that leading thumb. We're going to inhale to come back to center. Exhale to rotate round. Inhale to center. Underneath that rib cage is where you're rotating. Exhale. Good. Inhale to center. You'll notice my knees are non-moving. My hip bones are staying on the chair. If you're on the football, this is a little bit harder to use your balance and to use those core muscles. As you exhale to rotate, shoulders down, elbows are soft. Inhale to center. Good. Using those abdominals, keep flattening from hip bone to hip bone. Keep that pair of denim jeans done up. One more each way. Good. Last one. Come back to center. Relax through those arms. Relax through the shoulders. Let's just gently roll the shoulders back and down here. Gently releasing any tension. Good. Let's roll the shoulders forwards. Gently lift the shoulders up and round forwards. You're very gentle with these joints here, particularly around the neck itself. So be really, really soft. Good. Let the tension go. Let's do one more exercise here. We'll go into our stop sign activations. So this is an upper back movement. So I'm going to turn to the side to show you what it looks like. So we want to switch on, remembering that we're using the abdominals and our back strength to stay off the back of that chair. Our hands are going to come to face height, our elbows are bent. Now staying or switching on those abdominals, inhale for pelvic floor, exhale focusing on flattening those abdominals from hip bone to hip bone. On your next exhale, we're going to glide the shoulder blades down our back. Now our shoulders are gliding into our waistline or our bra strap line, ladies. Our elbows are gliding down to the waist, and you'll notice my hands shift down lower towards my chin. Inhale, hands come back to face height. I'm not shrugging my shoulders on up. So as I exhale to glide the shoulder blades down, I'm thinking shoulders into the waistline beneath the rib cage, elbows down to the waist. You'll see my shoulder blades have moved down, and I inhale to center. I'm not pushing the tummy forwards. So as we exhale to glide the shoulder blades down, we want to feel the workload between the shoulder blades in the mid-back. Inhale, hands come back to face height, shoulders non-lifting. Exhale, glide the shoulder blades down, and inhale to center. Good. Exhale. Inhale, hands to face height. Good. These are your stop signs. We're working the middle fiber of your trapezius, the upper back muscles that help to keep you supported and sitting upright. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Relax through the upper body, let it all go. Well done. Good, so coming back to the shoulder and the upper body, let's do a little bit of our dumb way up for our rotator cuff. So rotator cuff is an internal shoulder muscle. It's really responsible for keeping the shoulders safe. So if you've had any shoulder injuries, this is one that you're going to have to work on. Sitting upright off the back of the chair once more, or on the football for added balance. We want to make sure that we've floated the sternum, and we're switching back on. Inhale, lifting the pelvic floor, zipper on up. Exhale to flatten those abdominals from hip bone to hip bone. From this position, you're going to float your forearms and bring your elbow to tuck within your rib cage. My shoulders haven't shrugged up, they're softly drawn down. Now I'm keeping my arms parallel to the ground. Squeezing the elbows into my sides. I'm going to exhale, rotate my arm out, keeping my elbow planted into my rib cage. And I'm feeling this rotation in the internal portion of my shoulder. I can go the other arm, exhale to rotate out and inhale in. So you're going to alternate for me, coming into your rotator cuff, dumb waiter, external rotation at the shoulder joint. We're going to exhale, rotate on out and inhale to center. You'll notice that I'm keeping my forearms parallel with the ground. That's a 90-degree angle from my elbow to my wrist and my shoulder. And I'm feeling this motion within the shoulder blade itself. And from the side you'll be able to see, I'm not tensing through my neck, my shoulders are not lifting through my, up into my ears. And if I feel like I've got the motion equal on each side, I can move both arms at the same side. Exhaling, rotating out fingers outwards, rotating through the shoulder joint and inhaling to center. Good, let's do 4, or working single side if you need. 2 and 1. Come back to the center. Good. Staying switched on, staying upright off the back of the chair. Let's go into Cactus. So Cactus is bent arms. We've got that 90-degree angle from shoulder, elbow and wrist. We've got one wrist pointing down, palm facing backwards, one wrist pointing forwards, palm facing inwards. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, we're just going to rotate the arms. So we're turning from the shoulder joint itself, rotating one arm down, exhale, and one arm up, inhale. Good, exhale. Now this is a soft movement through the shoulder. There's no tension through the neck. You'll notice that my neck is nice and loose and relaxed. My shoulders are not shrugging on up. Now for some of you may have limited movement within the shoulder. You could just try one arm at a time, rotating the palm on up, facing inwards, keeping the elbow lifted at 90 degrees and down. If you're able to move both arms, try for this little bit of coordination going in for your Cactus. Now these are rotator cuff and muscles that we are activating to do this workload internal of the shoulder. So it's important there's no shoulder pain. And if there's any pain, we stop. Good. Let's make this 2 more on each side. And 1. Good. Come back to rest. Rest the arms on down. Excellent. Last exercise, we'll do a little bit of arm prep and then we'll stretch the shoulders. So arm prep motion is you figuring out those obliques are working to hold you upright. We're going to switch back on. I'll turn to the side to show you. Making sure you lift the pelvic floor and flatten those abdominals. Zipper and button on in. Stay upright with the sternum floating. We're going to bring the arms to chest height. Now watch that my back doesn't move. On the exhale, I'm going to slowly start to lift my arms on up. Now I'm actively drawing my ribs in and down at the front of my body. As my shoulders move down my back, I haven't shifted out of my neutral spine. I'm nice and tall. Inhale, my hands come back to chest height. Good. On the exhale, we're slowly lifting the arms on up, the ribs sinking in and down. We're making sure we're not moving our back, we're keeping our abdominals connected, and we're staying upright. Good. So, to do a really bad one, I've lost my ribs, I've lost my abdominals, I've lost my back. Keeping your back nice and straight, staying upright. Exhale for our arm prep, ribs sink in and down, shoulders down your back, and inhale, hands to chest height. Good, exhale for the arm prep, feeling the ribs are nice and strongly drawn down, so the obliques at the front line of the body are really working to keep you upright. Don't bend back through the hips, don't hinge. Good, let's do 2. Let's do 1. Excellent, bring the hands to chest height, release the arms on down. Excellent work, have a little break. Good, let's do a little shoulder stretch. So sitting upright, we make sure that we use those abdominals to keep our upper back off the chair, and we're really floating the sternum proudly with no tension through the neck or shoulders. We're going to float one arm on up. We're going to make sure we draw it directly over the body, keeping the arm as straight as we can. The opposite arm is going to come on in, palm facing out to wave to me, and pull the arm across. Now as we relax through that shoulder, you'll notice I've relaxed it here. I'm pulling this long arm further in towards the body. I'm using my strength through these arms here. And I'm getting a nice stretch at the back of the body, here where the shoulder blade opens. Really beautiful shoulder stretch. So if you get very tight shoulders from leaning over the table, from reading, from your iPad, from doing your crosswords, your knitting, whatever you do, this is a nice stretch for you. Good. Take a deep breath in and out and just feel the stretch at the back of the shoulder. Then gently release and let it go. Good. Float the other arm on up. Stay upright, float that sternum. Keep those abdominals working. We're going to bring the opposite arm on in as we pull this long arm across. Relax this shoulder. Use some of your force through your strength in this arm to pull this long arm towards the body. Nice deep stretch through the back of the shoulder. Breathe in and out nice and deeply. Good. Keep your focus on what you're stretching. Let's do 2 long deep breaths in and out for the shoulder stretch. Good. Last one here. Relax and let the stretch go. Good, so we're just finished with a little bit of abdominal work. So I want you to focus on what you've been connecting to, and it's that pelvic floor and those deepest abdominals from hip bone to hip bone. Once again, you're thinking about inhaling to sit tall, off the back of the chair, floating the sternum to lift the pelvic floor. That's the squeeze of front and back passage muscles. It's almost as if you're holding on to a small amount of weight. Now on the exhale, where we focus on the two hip bones closing together at the front of the pelvis, you're lifting your abdominals inside, flattening from hip bone to hip bone. Shuffle your weight forward so you're on the edge front of your chair. Take a deep breath in and sit upright. Now on the exhale, focusing on those abdominals, we're going to float 1 foot from the mat. It's your abdominals and your hip flexors that are lifting this, but let's keep the workload here. Inhale, place the foot down. Exhale, float the foot from the mat, knee lifting. Inhale to lower. Exhale to float, abdominals are doing this workload. Inhale to lower. Good, exhale, lift foot, and inhale to lower. Now if you're on the fit ball, this is much more challenging. Exhale to float, and inhale to lower. Good, keep those abdominals working. Now to make this larger, let's exhale, float the foot. Let's extend the leg from hip to toe. A gentle extension, keep the knee soft. Good, bend the knee back, and inhale, place the foot down. Exhale, lift and extend. Inhale and place the foot down. Stay upright. Don't lose that floated sternum. Don't lose those abdominals doing this workload. Good. Float and extend. Exhale. Inhale and down. Good. Let's do 2 on each side. Staying upright. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Sternum floating. Stay off the back of the chair. Keep those abdominals working to prevent the workload into your lower back. 1 more. Exhale, float and extend.